What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Nescafe Basement. Yes, indeed, Nescafe Basement fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Syed Nadi Ali. And Syed wanted to see me react to this. It is Nescafe Basement with a performance of a song, and I really hope I don't butcher this too badly, folks, but I'm going to give it a shot here. A song entitled Gharoli Charakhara. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Nescafe Basement, alrighty. And the video has 5.9 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Gharoli Charakhara, Tassin, Sakina, and Balak twins. Sure, why not? Nescafe Basement Season 5, 2019. We got the big old Nescafe label right here. Nescafe, yes. For those of you that enjoy instant coffee, here it is. Right here for you. I don't like coffee in general. I am not a coffee guy. I just can't stand the stuff. But I know a lot of people cannot live without it. So there it is for you. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Nescafe Basement Season 5. Jagna to padega.
I'm not sure if I should go with a straight time feel or a half time feel here.
गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी माही यार दी गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी एक अल्लाह कोलों मैं डर दी एक मौला कोलों मैं डर दी माही यार दी गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी माही यार दी गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी एक अल्लाह कोलों मैं डर दी एक मौला कोलों मैं डर दी माही यार दी गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी माही यार दी गड़ोली भर दी सुन यार दी गड़ोली भर दी
I like that. I like that. I like that. That was nice. It just kind of freshened it up a little bit. You know, here comes the turnaround. We're going to come back and do the verse again, but we're going to do this little fill. It's going to grab your attention and get you reinvested into the song again. And they did it very smoothly with that 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 16th notes, so every third 16th. And I like that. Got your attention. It absolutely got your attention and brought you back into focus again for the next verse. I like the build at the beginning. The staggered entrance of voices. I like that. I will say, when it came to her vocal line, there was a lot of reverb, like maybe a little bit too much, in contrast to everybody else who didn't have any reverb at all. Everybody else is very dry, and her reverb is extremely wet. Like I would pull it back, maybe, and not a lot, like maybe 10, 15%, maybe 20. 20. I would say 20 would be fair. Just pull it back a little bit so the reverb doesn't bleed into the next phrase. Like the end of her first phrase didn't end until halfway because of the reverb, until halfway through the second phrase. Halfway through the second phrase, her reverb from the end of the first phrase was still going. It was a bit much, which is funny because once everybody kicked in, the drums kicked in, guitar and bass fully kicked in, all the instruments kicked in, the groove fully kicked in, her reverb got cut in half. In half. It's like, well, okay. Didn't need to cut it that much. It was a huge difference. But I like where it's at now. I think her vocal delivery is fine. I got no issue with anything she's singing. Sounds good. Fits the context of the song. Same with everybody else's vocals supporting, underneath and backing her up. Instrumentation across the board sounds good. I got no issue with anything I'm hearing so far. Everything sounds good. I'm not gonna lie, I know this song is over 10 minutes long. We'll see. We'll see. So far so good. I don't have any issues. I don't have any problems. Everything sounds fine. Well, we got another over 7 minutes to go. We'll see what they do with it. Let's see how they make the 7 minutes interesting. Let's see what happens here.
मुर्शिद हादी पढ़ती मैया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले भरती मैया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले भरती एक अल्लाह बनो मैं डरती एक मौला बनो मैं डरती मैया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले भरती मैया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले
Guitar solo, nice. Damn, I could have gone for a little more on that guitar solo.
हसन हुसैन अली दा जाया हसन हुसैन ओ हसन हुसैन अली दा जाया पार उम्मत दा सिर ते छाया पार उम्मत दा सिर ते छाया मैं बाती शाह है दर्दी मैं गोली शाह है दर्दी माहिया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले भरती माहिया दी गड़ोले भरती सोनिया दी गड़ोले
Good harmonizing. So they are following a new scale. Down, 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 down. That.
चरखा बोले ओ बोले चरखा बोले साई साई बादल बोले तू कहे हुसैन फकीर निवाड़ा कहे हुसैन फकीर निवाड़ा मैं नहीं सब तू
Halftime. Really? Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was fun. That, man. Ah, yes, the credits.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Ah, gotta get the little plugs in there, don't they? There's more. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now we're done. There we go. Finally. I gotta think about this. I gotta really think about this, and the reason for it is I don't want to. I don't want to just have a knee-jerk reaction and give a score and not be able to back that score up, not be able to justify the reasoning behind the score. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll come up with a score that I can stand behind, and I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nescafe Basement with a tune, and I hope I don't butcher this too badly, a tune entitled Gharoli Charakhara. And this was a request from Syed Nad-e Ali. Cool. Like I said, I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. Okay, I got a score here, and the score is going to require some explanation because when I give this score, something tells me I'm going to have a few eyebrows raised. I have a feeling some people are going to go, is he serious? And yeah, I actually am, and I have my reasons, and I can absolutely back up and support that score without any question. So let's get to this, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, an 8.2. What does that mean? Well, an 8.2 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. Yeah, an A-. So there you go, an 8.2, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I am going to say something, and again, this may raise some eyebrows, that this may cause some controversy, but quite frankly, I do not care. Out of all of the reactions I've done to Nescafe Basement, and I'm gonna include the Coke Zero, or the Coke Studio. I'm gonna include this into the same mix. So between Nescafe Basement and the Coke Studio, I gotta be honest with you, folks. This was the most enjoyable song I've heard from all of them. Okay, this song had a great groove to it. Man, the groove on this song was solid. Just felt really nice. And it didn't matter if we were in the straight time, which we were for about 2/3 of the song, if I'm being honest. 2/3 of the song when we were in that straight time field, pretty much the whole time, until the last third of the song when we switched to that halftime feel. And folks, when we got to that halftime feel, man, I felt myself getting into it even more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was already into it with the groove, that straight ahead groove that we had going for, like I said, 2/3 of the song. I was into that groove, and I could have stayed there perfectly fine. But when they went to that halftime, oh man, man, was that needed. And it felt so good. And it felt so right. And it felt so appropriate to do it right there. Where it could probably have the most impact. It got heavier. It really got heavy there. It felt nice. The chord progression on the song, pretty easy to follow along with. We were following a Hindu scale. 1, flat 2, natural 3, 4, 5, flat 6, natural 7, root. Not a scale that you see used too often, but they followed it to a T, boy. Felt nice, felt good, sounded good all the way through. Very appropriate, considering the style of music. Very appropriate to use that mode, and they rocked it. They absolutely rocked it. The usage of the 4 in the verse, was it the verse or the pre-chorus? I'm not 100% where, but there was those sections where we went up to the 4 and then we went back down to the root, back up to the 4, hit it there, and went back down to the root again. That was nice. It helped switch things up a little bit. Nice little modulations there. The usage of the instrumental breaks, where we would come down and we would showcase one instrument for 4 measures, right? About 4 measures. And then we would bring in other instruments on top of it, or actually not on top, underneath it to support. And we would have this growth, and we would have this growth, and we would have this growth. And then the full band would come back in. And we'd be there for a while, and then shoom, we bring it back down. Time to showcase another instrument. Not the same instrument again. A different instrument this time gets showcased for 4 measures. And then we start to do the staggered entrances again. Here comes everybody else. Staggered, 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 grow, grow, grow. Showing off every chance we can to show off and showcase another instrument that doesn't typically get showcased. That's nice. And then the fact that we would have those staggered entrances. Everybody starts to come in. We're going to bring this instrument in. Then bring this instrument in. Then bring this instrument in. Then bring this instrument in. And slowly grow through the use of extra voices, which turns around, ends up being a small crescendo, a slight crescendo, getting a little bit bigger, a little bit louder, until we hit our apex. And that's very well done. It helped keep the song growing. It kept the song from becoming monotonous. I said this when I did my pause. We have 7 more minutes to go. I hope that we can continue to show growth. I hope we continue to develop and evolve the song. Otherwise, we're going to have 7 minutes of stagnant, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not. And I think it all comes down to this. When I was getting ready to pause again because I thought we were at about, I thought we were about the 6-minute mark. Turns out we were well past that. Oh boy, time flew. And the reason the time flew is things were constantly growing. Things were constantly evolving. Things were constantly changing. Things were constantly being added and taken out, keeping you vested. On top of that, the groove on the song, rock solid. You had some great vocal performances. Never just doing the same thing over and over again, constantly adding new elements to the vocal performance. And on top of that, that halftime feel, man, like I said, that was just the icing on the cake right there, man. I had a great time listening to this. I really did. This has been the most enjoyable performance I've heard from both Nescafe Basement and Coke Studio. This has been the top. This has been the top mark for me as far as personal enjoyment. I dug this. On top of it all, the fact that they were able to keep me vested and keep me interested, and I never lost interest in this once for over 8 minutes. There was the credits that rolled for like a minute and a half. But whatever, you kept me personally vested for over 8 minutes. That's not easy to do. So I did kind of, nudge it up a little bit more because of that. I'm not going to say how much more, but I did give it a little bit of a nudge, and it did change the score a little bit. Now, maybe it was a 0.1 difference. Maybe it was a 0.2 difference. Maybe it was a 0.3 difference. I won't tell. All I'm saying is there was a slight point difference. But yeah, 8.2, man. I feel good about that score. That's exactly where that needs to be. I could absolutely listen to this again. I absolutely could. I have no idea what the song's about. I have a note here that says, this is a 700-year-old written piece by a saint of the religion or of the region. It is historical and has probably had 1,000 different takes and renditions. This one is really good. Yeah, you're not kidding. It is really good. As a matter of fact, I would say it's great, which is why I'm giving it the great score of 8.2. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.2, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.